Abstract thoughts wrenched into concrete stuff.
My feet on amber wood floors stretch into one last gold square of window sun, where small fires flare, small fires flare. The morning our cherry train whistled through thigh-deep snows, rattling the bones of sleep and touch my fingers along your nose and cheek. A brief sun flooding us with its long yawn.
Well, I think this Sacramento Poetry Center is important, especially the Tuesday night workshop, because it gives this struggling art form a place to enhance and become better. And it's one of the few places around that has the quality of poets and the dedication of poets that make this happen.
I believe in the way a bee enters a rose of Sharon with its whole gold dollop of a body, expecting to back out again into the dry daylight, expecting to return home to the hive of the busy and living, loaded with the stuff of honey. I believe in the night-crazed boats of the crickets, their wavery flotations of song, more steady than my heart beat in the bed of flowers we call love. I believe in their fevered appetites, their little sermons on brevity.
As artists, we all need people to bounce our ideas off of, especially if we're trying to hone our skills. Any artist who doesn't get feedback on their work, I don't care what particular discipline it is doomed to continue to do the same things over and over again. So in order to grow, you have to get input from other people.
The workshop, Sacramento Poetry Center workshop, gives poets who have had very little experience publishing the opportunity to get together and work with very well-published poets for absolutely no fee, and it is a wonderful opportunity for everybody involved.
This is home base for me. The Sacramento Poetry Center is home base. This is where I gave my first reading 120 years ago, before I knew what a line break was, before I had ever had a poetry workshop.
The Poetry Center collaborates with organizations like Fairytale Town and also sponsors workshops for families and children, where poetry is not only introduced to children using fun, creative exercises and visual arts, but may also be the moment where a child might write their first poem.
Having the Poetry Center has been really good for me to develop my work, to get really good feedback on my work, and to be able to have a forward momentum in my writing. I can finish poems and feel that they're ready to share with the community. And
the Sacramento Poetry Center has had a long history of publishing poetry from local, national, and international authors. Their work has appeared in SPC past publications such as Quercus, Landing Signals, Rivers, and Poet News. And in our current publications, Poetry Now, our monthly review and local poetry calendar, and Tule Review, our semi-annual journal.
But this day, inside the quiet house, after he's chased you round the dining room table and you've won again and fall down laughing, this 1953 day when Tommy Dollard's sweet on you, and you think you probably will, though you don't want to, if he tries it again anyhow, this time you'll let him, because forever begins with a kiss?
Well, I think what I've learned through the Sacramento Poetry Center is that it's a beautifying, but it's a very subtle beautifying of the world, especially as we're living now in this very corporate environment where everybody is rushing like crazy on the freeway everywhere, and rudeness is increasing and anger. I think poets have this side of them that wants to pause in the stream. They don't want to rush like that. They want to be able to stand and observe the world and understand it as it's progressing. And they're like a dying breed. Poets are the last people, artists, to recognize and note the world as it's happening and feel what's happening and experience it. And they want to share that with others.